Hey, it's Tuxedo Mark. Welcome to another episode of VLOGTRON, a Voltron vlog. It's Friday, 6:57 p.m. on Friday, May 28th, 2021. And I'm reviewing uh, Line Force Season 2, Episode 20. Breaking Up is Hard to Do. And this is part two of the two-part series finale. So this is the final Line Force episode from the original Voltron series, Voltron Defender of the Universe. And it's basically the overall series finale. Kinda? Alright, I think I probably talked about this before, but even though this is the last regular episode of the series, from what I've read, the Voltron Special, it was called Fleet of Doom, a Voltron movie special, and I already reviewed that one. It was basically double length. It was around 48 minutes long, and it had both Voltrons, the Line Voltron and the Vehicle Voltron, teaming up. Even though it's mostly just a double-length Line Force episode, and the Vehicle Force characters kind of popped up every so often, but they were basically just cameos. And what's odd, though, is even the Voltron Wiki doesn't have an original air date for the special. The only detail is that it was done in 1986, which is the year after the TV series aired its last episode. The thing is, even though this series finale is not the last thing that was produced, it might be the last thing that occurs in terms of the timeline in the original series. It's very confusing. Apparently, the Voltron timeline isn't clear cut, and there are different theories as to what occurs when. But okay, as for this episode, it starts off with Queen Merla sitting on her throne in her castle, wherever that is. Prince Lotor enters, and she's upset because no men are allowed on the planet. But he says he thanks her for rescuing him from his father. We get a flashback to that. Or there's a lot of flashback footage used in this episode. I guess they want to save on the animation. But he wants to join forces with Merlin and get together with them. She talks about their brief engagement. We get flashbacks to that. She doesn't trust that he's trying to become good, even though that's kind of what she wanted in the previous episode. Oh, and Commander Kozak is with Lotor as well, and then they leave. Then we cut to the Castle of Lies. The Voltron Force deploys to their alliance, and they head for Planet Doom. On the way, something attacks them. King Zarkon contacts them, tells them to turn back. Koran demands that Zarkon release his slaves. Zarkon refuses. Apparently, Zarkon has people from planet Eris enslaved on Planet Doom. But when they've been liberated in the season 1 finale, I don't know. But anyway, Lotor and Merla arrive, and Lotor warns the Voltron Force from heading into a trap. He he shows them how to escape. Um, they go through a vortex, supposedly. They go through it, they arrive on Planet Doom. Hagar releases a row beast. Um, does the blazing sword that defeats the row beast. Tanks attack. Voltron defeats the tanks. Then some Doom robot soldiers show that there are slaves being held hostage, and they want the team to surrender Voltron. Um, Merlin arrives, Lotor arrives, and he throws his sword at one of the slaves. And Allura covers her eyes because she thinks Lotor is about to kill a slave. And this sword is traveling so slow. If you throw a sword, it's going to go pretty fast, but it's like. But anyway, it hits the slave, which reveals it to be a robot. So all of those slaves are actually robots. So the Voltron Force attacks, and they approach Castle Doom. They attack. The castle counterattacks. Lotor proposes to Princess Allura. She says no. um, he leads them into the castle. They approach Sarkon, demand his surrender. He traps them. He says there's a tentacle bomb. It turns out it's not even Zarkon. It's Kozak in disguise. He like takes off a mask from his head. So Lotor tricked them, and he and Kozak escape. It's not even planet. Well, okay, I'll get to that. So Marilla confronts Lotor about his deception. He says it's impossible to be good. Tentacle bomb explodes. It actually just takes around a minute of screen time, and they did say it would take. Lotor did say it would go off in a minute, so kudos to them for not stretching the minute out longer like cartoon series usually do. In fact, I think it was probably just under a minute. But Keith sees Lotor and confronts him in a one-on-one sword duel. Merla walks away. She's just fed up with Lotor. She leaves. She wants to be good, and Lotor apparently doesn't. Keith gets in a black line. He escapes with the others. Lotor also escapes. The planet blows up because there's a bomb inside the planet that blows it up. Back at the Castle of Lions, Sargon contacts the Voltron Force, and he reveals basically that it was all just a big deception on Lotor's part. Lotor had a fake Planet Doom constructed, or he changed some other planet to look like Planet Doom. And when they went through a vortex, the Voltron Force thought, oh, it's Planet Doom, but it wasn't. But here's the thing. Wouldn't they have sensors on board their Lions that could tell them where they are? I mean, they were just at Planet Doom in the previous episode. How can they be deceived like this? But anyway, in the final scene, the only 4 characters speak, and it's Zarkon, followed by Allura, Pidge, Zarkon again, and then Keith gives the final little speech to Zarkon at the end. Basically, the fight continues. So this episode basically accomplished pretty much nothing. The war's not over. Zarkon hasn't been defeated. Lotor's still out there. I mean, he's supposed to his dad now, but he has been for the past few episodes anyway. Queen Merla seems to have become good. She started that in the previous episode, but at the beginning of this episode, it seemed like she was wondering if she could do it. But anyway, it seems that she's on the side of good now. But just how much did it cost Lotor to set all that stuff up with the fake Plan of Doom and everything like that? So yeah, this episode didn't accomplish anything. I think the season 1 finale was a better like final battle. And the cast was actually fairly minimal, just the regular good guys and bad guys that you usually see. There's no Princess Ramel, there's no Sven, no one else. Just Keith, Lance, Pidge, Alora, Honk, Koran on the good guy side. It's Archon, Lotor, Hagar, Commander Kostak on the bad guy side, and Queen Merla. So basically just the main cast. And yeah, it was underwhelming. I mean, I enjoy the series for the most part, but it obviously has its problems, and it just feels really weird. I mean, there's a lot of kiddie elements to it, and trying to combine it with another anime series, it felt like almost like it couldn't fit together because you got people wearing like space suits and regal type of costuming in this series, and you've got military suits and uniforms in the other series, the Vehicle Force series. So it just feels weird, especially in these American commissioned episodes where you see more of the Galaxy Garrison and Galactic Alliance personnel, and they're wearing these military uniforms. And then there's Koran in his, I don't know, it looks like an 18th century outfit, like from Europe or something. I don't know. And then you've got that who's that Ramel's younger brother. I keep forgetting his name. The one that dresses in a toga or whatever the whole time. That little kid, that little freckle faced kid. So it's like it's so weird. It's so weird. But anyway, I'm kind of interested in seeing the original Go Lions series, like the original anime. Apparently, it was released on DVD, but it's now out of print, I think. I'll see if I can find it somewhere. Another thing Okay, planet Eris seems to be located in the Milky Way galaxy, which makes sense. It's part of the Galactic Alliance, so everything should be in the same galaxy, right? But then you've got mentions of the rogue galaxy and like other galaxies and stuff like that. And it seems the writers have no idea just how far apart that different galaxies are from each other. I mean, the distance is, it would be like insurmountable even if we had warp drive. I couldn't do it in one lifetime. Um, So maybe they're using like space portals or wormholes or vortexes or whatever. I don't know, but and the lions. How can the lions fly from one planet to another? Are the lions equipped with warp drive? I mean, I don't know. And the narration by Peter Cullen at the beginning of every episode, and they never change it, talks about the Galactic Alliance and how it's comprised of the good planets of the solar system. The solar system. The one inhabitable planet in the solar system is Earth. But anyway, so that's the end of Lion Force from the original series. I'll watch Vehicle Force every so often and review those episodes, but I'm in no rush for that. Vehicle Force didn't really impress me so far, so and I didn't think this second season of Lion Force was necessary. Could have ended after that first season. From what I could tell, they did the second season because originally they were going to dub another anime series as part of Voltron, and due to the negative reaction to Vehicle Force, they canceled the plans to dub that other anime series as part of Voltron, and they commissioned 20 more Lion Force episodes instead, which I guess was the smart move. But these episodes didn't really add much to the story. I don't know. Anyway, there are other Voltron series. Let me take a look really quick. The first of them was Voltron: The Third Dimension. It ran for 2 seasons, 26 episodes each, from 1998 to 2000, in first run syndication. And what's interesting about this one is it uses most of the original voice cast. I mean, Peter Cullen's not in it, and one of the other guys isn't in it, but most of the characters are voiced by the same actors. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah, basically, Hong, Sarkon, the narrator, and Koran are voiced by different people, as well as King Alfor and Prince Lotor. The person that played Queen Merla for the last 9 episodes of the original series is brought back as well. She plays another new character. But anyway, yeah, I'll see if I can find episodes of those anywhere, and I might just review some episodes of that series as well. Was it released on home media? Not really. It was briefly available for streaming and online purchase, but anyway. So that it was a direct sequel to the original series, so I'll check that out. And then there's Voltron Force, which is like a pseudo sequel. It ran on Nicktoons from 2011 to 2012 for one season of 26 episodes. So the same number of episodes as Voltron: A Third Dimension, but it's not in the same continuity. It there was complications with budget funding for the second season, so that's why it was never made, and the show was canceled. So apparently it ends on a bit of a cliffhanger, but basically it counts only the first 52 Line Force episodes of the original series as canon and nothing else. It disregards Vehicle Force and Fleet of Doom and the second season of Line Force. So it's just a sequel to those original 52 episodes. And then there's Voltron Legendary Defender on Netflix. It ran from 2016 to 2018 for, let's say, 8 seasons of 78 episodes. So it is the longest running Line Force series, as it turns out. Let's see. And I might check that out because I know I said I wouldn't because I read a spoiler that I didn't like, but I'll check it out anyway. I'm kind of interested to see their take on it. It's a reboot, complete reboot. It's not connected to any of the previous series. So yeah. Yeah, that's about all that I have to say about it for now. I'm interested to see what more modern takes on Voltron look like, because the original series is very 80s. I mean, I like 80s cartoons. I like 80s anime. But this one, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't that great. It obviously had a lot of animation problems and a lot of storytelling problems. So, yeah. But anyway, it's oh hey, Laz. Yeah, I'm just actually about to end this video. Anyway, yeah, it's 7:21 p.m. and that's it. Thanks for watching.